Hello, it's Kate. Today I will show you how to crochet the small version of my flower bookmark. It has a slim stem that fits between the pages without bulging, flower head on one side and the leafy end on the other. In my pattern you can choose between two sizes of the flower head. I created individual tutorials for each version, so please check which one you prefer. The written pattern for this project is available for free on my website, linked in the description box below. Please leave a thumbs up for this video if you like what you see and subscribe for more. For this project I used Shapiest Katona yarn in various colors, which is 100% mercerized cotton. You can use any other fingering weight yarn, but I think sticking to cotton and cotton blends will be the best option. We won't need much of this yarn, so if you have scraps, use those. One bookmark requires 3 colors, one for the stem, one for the base, and one for the flower head. I also have a 2.5mm crochet hook, scissors, and a stitch holder. We start by making the stem, specifically the bigger leaf. So we need green yarn. Make a slip knot. Chain 10. Now make 1 slip stitch in the second chain stitch. Next, 1 single crochet, one half double crochet, two double crochets, one half double crochet, two single crochets, and 1 slip stitch in the last stitch. As you can see, half of the leaf is ready. Now we have to turn this piece upside down and work in the same foundation chain stitches, but from the other side. Make 2 chains and turn the leaf upside down. Now make 1 slip stitch. Be sure to insert the hook under the unused strand, okay? Otherwise we'll have big holes in the middle and we don't want that. Next, 2 single crochets. One half double crochet, two double crochets, one half double crochet, one single crochet, one slip stitch, and another slip stitch right here in the tip. And the first leaf is ready. Don't break the yarn, let's make a smaller one right away. Chain 10 again. Now make one slip stitch in the second chain stitch. One single crochet, two half double crochets, one double crochet, two half double crochets again, one single crochet, and one slip stitch here under 2 strands of yarn. Now insert the hook in between the 2 leaves, pull up a loop, and work one single crochet to join them. Great! The 2 leaves are ready. Next, the stem. It's a simple chain stitch, no tricks here. My chain has 65 stitches, so it has about 9 inches or 23 centimeters. You can adjust the number if you want it to be longer or shorter, it's totally up to you. When you're done, leave about 3 or 4 inches or 7-10 centimeters of tail. When you cut it, it will naturally close up on the end. And the stem is ready. Let's put it aside for now. Now, as I mentioned, we have 2 sizes of the flower heads. This tutorial shows how to crochet the smaller one. For another tutorial, check the links in the description box. Again, we start with green yarn, but this time we make a magic ring. I use a double knot method, which is the easiest method I know. You can see my tutorial to learn it step by step. Okay, now we make 3 chains. And work 5 double crochets inside the ring. Now tighten the loop . And work a slip stitch in the 3rd chain stitch to close the round. Great! Now cut the yarn and make sure it's secured. Next, take the 2nd color of yarn. In my case, it's yellow, and it will create the bottom of the flower head. Tie a slip knot on the hook. Now we have to make a standing puff stitch with 3 yarn overs. Let me show you what it means. I have my slip knot on the hook. I'm gonna keep it with my fingers and yarn over once. We will be working between these double crochets, not in the stitches. Insert your hook between 2 stitches . Grab the yarn and pull it up. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again and repeat. Grab the yarn and pull it up. Keep the yarns roughly at the same height from the base. Now yarn over again, the 3rd time, and pull up a loop. At this point you should have 7 loops on the hook. Grab the yarn and pull it through all those loops at once. Finish off with 1 chain stitch. This is a standing puff stitch with 3 yarn overs. Now repeat it in all chain spaces between the double crochets. Let's do it again. I have my 1 loop on the hook. Yarn over, go in the chain space, pull up a loop. You have 3. Yarn over again, pull up a loop. You have 5. Yarn over the 3rd time, pull up a loop. You have 7 loops on your hook. Now grab the yarn and lead it through all loops at once. Finish with 1 chain stitch. Now make 6 of those puff stitches in total. I will meet you at the end of the round. Here is my last puff stitch and the last chain stitch. Make a slip stitch in the top of the first puff to close the round. Cut the yarn and secure the end. It's time to attach the stem to the flower base, and I have these 2 elements ready. First, stick the hook through the flower so it's visible out at the bottom, here in the middle of the magic ring. If the yarn end from the magic ring is on the outside, weave it in. Now take the stem you made, grab the yarn end with your hook and lead it to the inside of the flower. When you're ready, tie them together tightly and trim the ends. Great! The stem is attached to the flower head. We can go on. It's time for color 3, the main color of the flower head. Make a slip knot and place it on your crochet hook. Again, we start the round with a standing puff stitch, but this time it will be more chunky, with 5 yarn overs. We'll be working between the stitches again, this time between the puffs. Okay, let's go. Yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over again, pull up a loop, you have 5. Yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 7. Yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 9. And lastly, yarn over the 5th time, pull up a loop, so you have 11 loops on the hook. Now grab the yarn and lead it through all the loops on your hook. It will be easier if you position the hook downward like this. Finally, make 1 chain stitch. Great! Let's make 1 more together. Yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over again, pull up a loop, you have 5. Yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 7. Yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 9. Yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 11 loops on the hook. Grab the yarn and lead it through all the loops. Finally make 1 chain stitch. Repeat it in every chain space until you have 6 puffs in total. I will meet you there. Alright, here is my last puff and the last chain stitch. Let's make 1 slip stitch in the first puff to close the round. Now don't cut the yarn. Our next round will also be made of puff stitches with 5 yarn overs. Normally we would make a turning chain to start, but we will simply pull up the yarn to match the height of the puff and go from there. Let me show you. Yarn over and insert the hook in the nearest chain space, which in this case is behind your hook. Pull up a loop and proceed like you did in the previous round, making puffs with 5 yarn overs in each chain space between the stitches. Remember to always add 1 chain stitch after the puff. Again, you should have 6 puffs in total. I will meet you at the end of the round. Okay, here is my last puff and the last chain stitch. Close the round with a slip stitch in the first puff stitch. This is our last round. These puffs will be smaller with just 2 yarn overs, but we still aim for the chain spaces between the stitches, okay? So first, pull up a loop to the height of the puff. Yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 3. Yarn over again, pull up a loop, you have 5. And that's it. Grab the yarn and lead it through all stitches. Great! Now don't make a chain stitch. Instead, go straight to the next chain space and repeat a puff with 2 yarn overs like this. When you have the next puff ready, lead the yarn through the first 4 stitches only. After 2 puffs, you should have 2 loops on the hook. After 3, you should have 3 loops, and so on, okay? Always leave 1 more loop on the hook. It may be hard to maneuver with such a small number of loops, so take the loops off to a stitch holder if you want. Alright, here is my last puff and the 6th loop. I have 3 on the hook and 3 on my stitch holder. Now simply grab the yarn with a hook and slowly guide it through all the stitches. First those on the hook, and those on the stitch holder. You can cut the yarn and weave it in the stitches a few times to secure it. When it's tightly closed, use your hook to weave the yarn end to the inside of the flower and then trim it. Great! The small version of the flower bookmark is now ready. You can gently steam the stem and the leaves to make them even flatter. If you want to make a bigger version of this flower bookmark, head to another video linked on the screen and in the description box below. As I mentioned, the written pattern for this project is free on my website, also linked in the description box. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So click the bell button to get a notification whenever I post something new, and comment below to let me know what you want to see next. Have a creative day. Bye bye!